Hi, I'm Mark Giordano. This guitar was built from trees in my backyard. It has a pine top, oak back and sides, and a cherry neck. Before you hear Matt play this guitar, let me briefly show you what happened. In 2009, 24 trees on my property were felled, dried, and torrefied right here on site. Almost 20,000 board feet of wood went into expanding our home. The wood was sealed, resawn, we built a kiln, and the trees were dried down to equilibrium moisture content. I never planned on building a guitar from what was left from the addition, but 16 years later, I bumped one of the old pine boards, and it rang with a voice of its own. It was clear, musical, unexpected. So I took a chance. I paired that torrefied pine with oak for the back and sides, and cherry for the neck, all from the backyard. I applied everything I've learned over the decades, which was shaped by my own work and also the incredible influence of Irvin Samaji. I didn't really know what to expect, but something about it seemed right. The result surprised me more than anything I've ever built. An OM with the projection of a dreadnought, rich in harmonics, alive under the hand. Who would think? A pine top. This is the YardByrd. And now, here's Matt Thomas to show you what it can do.
guys, Matt Thomas here in Virginia Beach, Virginia, and today I'm presenting you guys some very special guitars by local luthier Mark Giordano. Now this one is a very special guitar out of local woods. Now this, as you can tell from the shape here, is an OM guitar, but this one he has given the name the YardByrd. And the reason for that is all these woods are locally sourced, and in particular this top is from his backyard. So he had a bunch of really old pine that had to be felled, and he built his own torrefaction chamber and torrefied this pine. So that's why you got these really deep, rich amber lines in between the growth rings here. And, you know, it's a bit of an unorthodox wood to work with for tops. Everybody sees spruce or cedar. More people need to go down this route because this thing sounds incredible. Mark has spent a lot of time in learning voicing from both Samaji and Mr. James Olson. So it really shows in the way that he approaches voicing the instrument. Now, like I said, this top is torrefied pine, but just have a look at this gorgeous oak. I'm a huge fan of the medullary rays that happen throughout oak. It is just so cool looking. And in particular, the color of this is just almost like a really old Indian rosewood. Some of the sets you don't see with purple in them, they get this kind of chocolate color like this. But there is something quite special about both the back and the way he's voiced this top. It is very low. Now you've got ebony binding all the way around and an ebony bridge here with what looks like to be some of those Martin Lux liquid metal bridge pins. And then also this radial cut, which I believe to also be pine. It's just either stained or extra torrefied to give it that dark color. Now you've also got a cherry neck and an ebony fretboard with several different materials throughout for the fret dots. So you've got some red recon stone, some gold recon, some turquoise, and then some mother of pearl throughout. I think that it provides a really, really unique and cool looking fretboard. Now as you get into the head cap, I am not even going to pretend that I know what wood this is. And it's quite unique. But it does have his signature Giordano logo with the two D's that are flipped and this real thin micro black purfling right down the center of the matchbook for the head cap here. Now also it does have a rosewood back cap and some scholar tuners. Now while it may be beautiful, I could be blind and still love this guitar because, man, the sustain on this thing is unreal. And there's also something really rich about the low mids combined with the upper mids to create that almost ethereal clarity. This is quite unlike any other OM that I've heard before. Spunk to it, and I think that this would be great in just about any type of player's hands. It's great, it gets that kind of boom chick thing going on, but it's also really great for ballads because of not only that sustain, It's got low mid support to it, so the notes are nice and fat and round. But also the way that this thing is set up is just an absolute joy to play. So if you're on the market for a special OM, especially if you're a fan of conservation of woods and using local things, I don't know that I've ever come across something more fitting than this. So make sure that you have a look at Mark Giordano and start the discussion. See what he can build for you. If it were me, I'd go for this YardByrd. Thanks for listening.